as it's been revealed today that police are probing an arson attack on a home which belonged to Coleen Campbell. So firefighters were called to Coleen Campbell's former home in Clayton just hours after she was locked up for 13 years for the manslaughter of her ex-husband, Thomas Campbell, may he rest in peace. Firefighters are believed to have rushed to the scene to put out the blaze, and it's understood the property is currently empty and no injuries were reported. It comes after it emerged that she actually posted lovey-dovey messages paying tribute to him. The 38-year-old posted 2 messages on Facebook just days after the murder of the father of 2, Thomas Campbell, a story that I've been through before. I'll put the links in the description below. The former store assistant and beauty salon boss posted heartbroken emojis on the social media site and called her ex-husband the best dad anyone could wish for. In another post, she said, 13 years and 2 beautiful children, forever grateful. I would do anything to hear your giddy laugh or your non-stop moaning just one more time. Coleen also helped photograph and arrange the ceremonial releasing of balloons in memory of her ex-husband that she helped kill at his home in Manchester back in July 2022. She added, I would like to thank everyone for the messages and calls we have received. I'm sorry I haven't answered everyone. My concern is my children at this very sad time. The post paying tribute to Thomas came just 48 hours after he was tortured to death in a revenge attack following a feud over a girlfriend that he was with. In confirming the arson attack at Coleen's home, Greater Manchester Police said no arrests have been made and investigation has been launched. They said police were called just before 12:30 last night, which was Wednesday, to a report of a fire at a property in Manchester. Emergency services attended and the fire was safely extinguished. No one sustained any injuries. Officers are currently treating the fire as arson. The 36-year-old father who passed away suffered 61 separate injuries during an ambush on July 2nd, 2022 at his home in Mossley in Greater Manchester. He was stabbed, he was punched, he was stamped on before boiling water was poured over him, and it was neighbours who found his body in the hallway of his home. Within days, detectives arrested Coleen on suspicion of murder after inquiries revealed she had been tipping off the killers about Thomas's movements and whereabouts in the run-up to his death. However, she inadvertently implicated herself in the killing of her ex-husband after giving details of the murder which she claimed Thomas had disclosed to her from beyond the grave during a séance. At a spiritual meeting, she claimed Thomas was summoned and said he gave intimate details about both the killing and the injuries as she listened in. The beauty shop owner then relayed the messages to the victim's suspicious mother, who went on to alert police about the bizarre conversation. Coleen had also sent messages to her friends about her ex saying, best thing this man did was shag my baggy mate 12 months ago, roll on to new beginnings. Never let the actions of a man that cannot be loyal to his own family and a woman with no morals and has to sleep with other women's husbands change and provoke you. Karma is best served cold, and then tables turn real fast. I can be the coldest mother you ever meet. These are the messages that she sent. So as we revealed this week, at Bolton Crown Court, she was found guilty of manslaughter following a 5-week trial, and she was jailed for 13 years after being found guilty of the manslaughter. In a statement, Thomas's brother said, during the days after Thomas was killed, well-wishers were coming to pay their respects and offering to help, but there was one visitor who we welcomed with open arms, and it has haunted us ever since. When Coleen Campbell appeared at my mum and dad's front door after the news was passed, we thought nothing of letting her in and consoling her as much as we could. She sat in my mum and dad's house, surrounded by Thomas's closest family and friends, and she was expressing how much she was upset. She even shared stories about their marriage and said how much she still loved him. Every single one of my family has hugged her and tried to make her feel better. All along, Coleen knew the part she played in the plot that cost Thomas his life. Knowing we hugged her and spent time with her during the worst time of our lives has added an extra burden and unimaginable pain. She has shown no remorse, in our opinion. She concealed her involvement and watched us all hurt. So at the sentencing, Thomas's father said, animals are beautiful things, and all I can compare these people who killed my son to are creatures. Since Thomas was brutally murdered, every morning I wake up and the first thing I think about is him alone in the house with those people. So, as I said in a previous video, Coleen and Thomas, they met in 2008, married in 2011, but split up 10 years later after they were detained in a police operation in 2018 with regards to money laundering. and following that, Coleen was given a suspended sentence, but Thomas served 2 years in jail. So as I said, they split up in 2021 after Coleen believed that he was having an affair with her friend. And at this time, Coleen got caught up in a plot. There was a man who goes by the name of John Belfield, and his ex-girlfriend was going out with Thomas Campbell. John Belfield learned of the romance, and he decided to look up articles on Thomas Campbell and decided to rob him of cash, drugs and valuables in revenge raid on his home because he was going with his ex-missus. So Belfield is currently still on the run and wanted by police. In text to his ex, Belfield said, "You and that helmet will get doomed. You will never ever have a boyfriend. You will have to move country. Give it a week and you will see why and what happens when you take the piss." Later, Belfield met up with Coleen after messaging on Instagram, and despite previously being strangers, they shared 35 phone calls and 68 messages. Coleen also shared key information about her ex, including details of the van's registration plates, his house number and his movements, and a tracking device was placed on the vehicle while Thomas was picking up his daughter from school. In July 2022, Thomas was ambushed and attacked by 2 or 3 men as he unlocked his front door. After being subdued, he was dragged around the home and viciously attacked for 2 hours. The court heard that Coleen went to see this clairvoyant 4 days later, where Thomas's mother said in a statement, "Coleen told me she had visited a psychic in Wythenshawe. She told me that Thomas had come through during a visit to the psychic and asked her to come to my house. She said he had told her these lads had hurt him and done something to his face. It was over a girl or girls." While she was saying these words, Coleen gestured with a hand across her cheek. "I told her I don't want to know and told the police about what she had said about Thomas's injuries. She said there were only 2 people involved in the incident and not 3, and they were still in the country. Coleen told me that Thomas had said he wasn't bothered about dying young as he had lived life to the max. I didn't see Coleen again following this and I haven't seen her ever since." The prosecutor said at this stage the police had not revealed to the public the injuries to Thomas Campbell's face, so this information could only have come to Coleen Campbell from one of those who were present and participating in the attack. The telephone evidence demonstrates that she spoke to John Belfield within hours of the attack ending. However, Coleen denied any wrongdoing, but she was found guilty of manslaughter. Others, Reece Steven, who's 29, he was convicted of murder and he was jailed for 37 years, while Stephen Cleworth, who's 38, was found guilty of manslaughter and jailed for 12. Belfield, who is said to be heavily concerned in the large supply of Class A drugs, is thought to be on the run. So guys, this is a new story coming in from the Northwest. Once again, I just want to say rest in peace, Thomas Campbell, and my condolences go out to your family. It's your boy GC. Keep it locked, keep it real. And guys, just a little quick thing. If you can, if you already haven't done so, please can you subscribe to the channel and smash the like button, as it will help the algorithms with the video.